Rad Scientists. Welcome to week 3 of our session, week 9 total. We will be working on an experiment this week, but also we're going to be learning a new word. The word is called variable. So our experiment this week will be dancing rice. First of all, can rice dance? No. Can we figure out a way to make it dance? Because we are scientists? Yes, we can. But that word variable comes in because we're going to use 2 different kinds of rice to dance. Some rice are wallflowers and some types of rice are partiers. So let's see who likes to dance and who doesn't. For this week's experiment, we're going to do 2 experiments. You're going to need 2 glasses, clear glasses of water filled about 2/3 of the way up. Same, we want everything to be same except our one variable, which will be the kind of rice we're using. So you need 2 clear glasses of water. You'll need your vinegar from the kit, your baking soda from the kit, and your colored rice from the kit. Now I need you to go get regular rice. You can use instant rice, you can use just plain rice, but I need you to get regular rice. So pause the video, pop off and go get that, and I'll wait for you, okay? All right, you got it? Great. So this is going to be our variable. What's a variable? A variable is simply something that changes. So our change is going to be our kind of rice. I have the regular rice, which is a control, and then we made this colored rice, which is our variable. Now the colored rice has different chemical properties because it has been changed with vinegar and food dye. So it's different than just plain rice. So we're going to see if they act differently in this experiment. First, take your baking soda. I'm using a 1/2 tablespoon. We're gonna see if that'll do. Level it off so it's even, because you want everything else to be the same, right? Those are your control. So you can have everything else the same and then one thing different. Because if a bunch of things are different, then you really can't figure out what was the difference in the experiment, right? So I'm actually going to use 2 tablespoons. So, whew, that's really baking soda-y. All right, so each one has a level 1/2 tablespoon, which means they each have 1 full tablespoon. Now we're going to stir them up until all of that baking soda is dissolved. What is dissolved? It means it has gotten together with the water and it has become one solution, opposed to having separate little pieces of baking soda floating around at the bottom. See how this one has chunks still at the bottom? And this one is all mixed up. And some of it might take a bit of time to mix, so just keep mixing. And if then it settles and you see more on the bottom, then mix it again. So I'm going to keep stirring both of these because I can still see some particles over here. So I'm going to mix, mix, mix until it is all dissolved in there. So it is time for super speed. Okay, so it is all mixed up and dissolved. Now we're going to add our rice. Now remember, we need these to be controlled because they are different properties of the rice, but we need to use the same amount. So make sure you use the same amount of rice in each cup. I measured mine out, 2 ounces each. There they go. All right. Rice is in. Vinegar. Again, keep it the same. So I'm going to use a tablespoon. So I'm going to use 1, 2. Then I'm going to use 1, 2. Maybe give them a little, should we wait? So we can already see that these rice are moving around, right? They're standing up at the bottom a little bit, if you can see. Don't want to disturb it too much, but see they're standing up on end, some of them. I'll stir. Ooh, they're moving around. These guys, lumps on a log, not doing anything. This rice is moving. Well, now I made it cloudy, but you can see. Add a little more baking soda, vinegar. And after the reaction clears, you can see they're still moving up and down. These guys, see how they're moving? Because the bubbles are carrying them up and down. These guys, I'll even go get more vinegar and see if it'll help it. Okay, I'm busting out the big guns here. All right, more and more vinegar. Nothing, not a single one. These guys are moving up and down. And you can see that they're standing. And when I stir it, they go crazy. When this one stirs, they settle right back down. They don't float to the top at all. These ones are floating to the top, and you can still see all the bubbles up here. So, while these rice are still dancing, see them all dancing? Nothing. So, we need to make a conclusion. So there's something in the variable, which is the change of the rice. Now, I used regular rice, and it danced. Didn't have a party like I was hoping it would, but it danced. Now, instant rice, if you have instant rice or minute rice, that will go crazy because it's even lighter than regular rice. So you could have 3 different kinds of rice. You could do the colored rice, regular rice, and if you have instant rice, you can use that one too, and you can compare the difference. That, my friends, is what being a scientist is about. It's about trying different things, and if one thing doesn't work, try a new thing, and if something like this doesn't work, you have to figure out why. So why does regular rice work? Instant rice works better, and this rice doesn't work at all. We think that it is the density, which means how tightly together the molecules are. So this is more dense than regular instant rice, so it works a little bit, but not as much as we'd like it to. It's a little party, but it's kind of a boring party. See, they're moving, but they're like slow dancing, right? This one just doesn't move at all. Nothing. Doesn't even look like it's gonna move. So to make it colored rice, we used vinegar, which is an acid, and it makes holes in things, and then added the dye. So the dye added extra density and weight to the rice, and that is why it didn't work. And that's why regular rice works, and that is why instant rice works even better, because instant rice is lighter than regular rice. Science, isn't it just amazing? Now, you can also see what else will float in your baking soda vinegar solution. Lots of things will float. I've done raisins. Those work good. And I think I've used chocolate chips, but I don't know if I could put chocolate chips in that because I wouldn't want to eat it afterwards. And I love chocolate. So why don't you be scientist investigators and see what else you can get to dance in your cups? Let me know. Until next time, keep exploring. Bye-bye.